Good evening, and welcome to the first episode of the Poopcast. And yes, if don't adjust your TV screens, this voice may sound very familiar, because it is I, Lance Flatu, formerly the main news anchor from the Poop Newsroom. But however, I find myself unemployed, because apparently it's frowned upon to do a spit take on YouTube videos. So here I am, sitting in front of a poop and a sign. But it's okay. I have been gone for a while. It's my very first return. So a lot has gone on. A lot has happened. But fairly recently, I've been forced to think about a couple of things. Weird things. I'm sure things that the average Joe, Jane, don't really think about. Like, when you stand up, does it matter if you put your left foot first or your right foot first? How do you know what your best foot forward is? Like, what if you don't use your feet at all? Then how do you exactly know what your best foot is? These are questions that boggled my mind. Because obviously, everyone has their own best foot, but yet you only have two options. So, like, I'm left-handed. My parents brought me upon this earth left-handed. And yet, whenever I pay attention, my right foot goes first. So am I secretly right-footed? I mean, when I play that sport that involves a ball and a bat, I bat right-handed, and I catch right-handed, but I throw lefty. I throw left-handed. I mean, I use a fork lefty, but a knife righty. So how am I supposed to know what my best foot is? Like, who decides this? Like, are all left-handed people more inclined to use their right foot forward? Are right-handed people left foot forward? Is their best foot lefty, right? I mean, and what if you're right-handed, but your right foot is your best foot? Does that make you the oddball? Or left-handed, like when you get up from a chair. For my lancers out there, it's my pet name for my audience. Is it normal for you to use the opposite leg to step forth with? It's the strangest thing to think about, because like that question never gets answered. Like, you could literally go on Google right now. If you go online and you type in, "Is it normal to use my opposite foot to step forward with?" you get no answers. Like, literally zero results. Google will laugh at you and be like, "What are you looking up?" But this answer goes unexplained. And I want to know. Like, I'm curious. Like, have I been stepping wrong for 36 years? Why did no one fix me? Why did no one tell me, "Hey, by the way, you're left-handed, you should be walking with your left foot forward"? Like, does your brain just tease you and be like, "Hey, this is what's going on"? And I know I've gone on a 5-minute rant just about like what foot I should be stepping forward, because I want to know. Like, I want to know what my best foot forward is. Have I been stepping wrong the entire time? Or maybe I've been brainwashed. Like maybe initially I was left-footed, but then something, right, I was convinced that my right foot was my best foot. It's weird. There's no answers. Even the smartest people I know that I could easily call up or text or instant message or drop a message on AOL have all said to me, we don't know. And if they don't know, then how am I supposed to know? I'm literally an unemployed news reporter who's creating a poopcast. But I digress. That is a question for another time. And hopefully one day I will get an answer to it. So, the more important of the two, as I sit here at an intersection of life, because whenever you're switching up career changes or profession ideas or you don't know where to lean, I leaned to my number two. My little nuggie. My little pooper right there. And he inspired me. He said, hey, you need to do this. You need to create conversations about random questions that you ask. That somebody out there in the media, in the world, in the news, in the blogs, are maybe secretly in the closet about asking themselves the question, what's my best foot? But I will get to that and hopefully I will get an answer. I will truly discover what is my best foot. But now I have another question. Because here I am watching a certain movie, computer animated, and it says the words, life is a highway. And then we call it, hey, you're on your path of life. And even though right now I feel like my path of life is a bit rocky, a bit gravelly, a couple big old potholes in it, looking like Volkswagen Beetles, one has to wonder, what if you're somebody who doesn't even know what a highway is? How are you going to tell someone like that life is a highway? What if you're in a town that ain't got no highways? What if it got like an interstate? Do you change your life as an interstate? Or life as a county road? Or life as a terrace? An avenue? I don't know. Like, this is weird. But more importantly, if you talk about life being a highway, then does that make every decision a street sign? Like, is a yield assigned from God to tell you, hey, yes, from God, telling you, you gotta slow down on this one. Or a stop sign, as much as we don't like them. Stop signs. Are they there to tell you, hey, stop for a second, take a deep breath. Don't get angry road rage at the meteorologist in the car next door. Don't throw a cup of water on his car again. Be peaceful. And then as I'm literally driving to my local fast food joint, because obviously being unemployed, you got to drown your sorrows in fried chicken or greasy burgers. You pull up to an intersection. Well, you got three. At most intersections, you have three options. You can go left, right, or straight. So here's my question. There's that light right above you. And once again, three. There's three lights. There's three options. There's the YOLO go-getter. You're the green. There's the super cautious, very afraid. Red. There's the meh light. There's the yellow guy. How do you know if this is a life decision, then how do you always then, no matter what light you choose, your path of life is going to be affected? Like, think about it in real world terminology. You're in your car and you look up at the light turns red. You have an option there. Either A, you can stop and be safe and be normal and be thoughtful and say, hey, like, I shouldn't hit that selfish meteorologist from the poop newsroom. And you buy yourself some time. You buy yourself some breathing room, some breathing space. The yellow light, it's giving you the option. Either A, you can risk it, maybe go, hope the light turns red. Hopefully there's no, dastardly law enforcement officer waiting for you. If it turns red before you get there, you're risking it. So there's some hesitance there. Then the green, the good old green light. How I enjoy you so. The green button, the green light, it's there. It's telling you to go for it, to shoot for it, to pursue that road. Maybe that's what a turn signal is in life. If you're on the highway of life and you get that straight up red light, just red lights everywhere, and then that turn signal goes, then maybe at that light on that highway of life, you're supposed to make that turn. Maybe you're supposed to take a detour on life, and then maybe you'll come back to this moment. I know this is an amazing thought process for a guy like myself who sat in a newsroom and was deeply upset by a meteorologist because he claimed to be the spotlight, the man who brings forth the visitors, the Lord of the newsroom, he called himself behind closed doors, behind my back. And maybe he was right, because here I am, unemployed, on a podcast. A poopcast. Because I'm flushing my thoughts. That's why I call it a poopcast, because I'm flushing my thoughts and getting some, and I want some feedback. Is this thought of life being a highway and really the street light, should I flush it? Should I keep it? Is it a floater? Is it a sinker? I don't know. And what about this best foot forward thing? What do y'all think about this? I need some explanations. Seriously. So, I would say I'm getting some red light or green light, or the producers messaging me because it's saying, hey, well, you got to get off. But really, I'm the one behind the wheel of this Poopcast live video. And so, I guess since I probably should go flush more than just my thoughts, I'm going to end this video right here. And maybe, just maybe, I'll do an episode 2 when the next random thought decides it wants to be flushed.